Hello Ospreys, I'm Luis Silva.
And I'm Kara Jackson, and this week on Nest News, we hear about what was released in the Mueller report.
And we see how UNF reacted to Florida governor's commitment to freedom of expression on campus.
Nest News starts right now. The long-awaited Mueller report has finally been released. Robert Mueller, who is a former director of the FBI, has spent almost 3 years investigating the Russian interference of the 2016 presidential election.
Attorney General William Barr held a press conference Thursday morning and found no conclusion of collusion with Russia and Trump. Mueller's team did find 10 episodes of potential obstruction of justice by President Donald Trump, but the president is not being charged with any criminal acts at this time. You may have noticed a helicopter landing and taking off from the Coxwell Amphitheater earlier this week. It was all a part of an ROTC training exercise for medical evacuations and calling a helicopter in the field.
And the ROTC program kept it going with an award ceremony to highlight outstanding achievement in the program.
So today's event was about awarding the cadets who have gone above and beyond, whether it's scholastically or whether it's physically, or whether it's just being someone who provided community service or who was there being a team player when needed. This was about recognizing those individuals and letting them know that, hey, we understand what your plight is. We've all been in college, we've all been in combat, but we also understand that there's a personal dynamic with everything we do, even here as a college student here at UNF. So we wanted to show them our appreciation and award them for everything that they've done, not just for what they've done for themselves, but what they've done for the program and for UNF itself. I can't explain the impact they have on me, but one, it's reflection. I look at myself when I was at their point in time in the program, from a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, and I look back and I see myself in just about every last one of them. They impact me a lot because they're the future, and I understand what the Army needs, but I need to let them know what the Army needs of them.
With one of the most prestigious ROT programs in Florida, UNF is excited to be home to the program.
This week, Governor Ron DeSantis and the president of 12 public state universities signed a statement reaffirming the university system's commitment to freedom of speech. According to the Osprey update, President Szymanski is fully on board with DeSantis and believes freedom of expression should be encouraged and expected.
Ever wanted to know how to fix your car on the side of the road? Well, UNF Police Department hosted a workshop this past week to inform students about car maintenance.
On Saturday, April 13th, the UNF Police Department hosted a vehicle maintenance workshop for 2 hours. The UPD's very own Officer Karen Livingston teaches young students how to navigate the owner's manual, check your fluids in the 4 main fluid reservoirs, understand warning lights, learn how to jumpstart your car, check your tire pressure, and how to safely change a tire if you find yourself stranded.
I think this workshop is fantastic for kids that have a car on campus, kids that are getting a car, kids that have a car and don't really know how to work the basics of how the car works and how to properly maintain the car. It's very important. I think a lot of kids growing up, students coming here to UNF, they don't have a lot of life experience dealing with cars breaking down. They're just graduating high school. They come to an environment where they're away from their families and they kind of have to learn on their own. So I think coming to a workshop where you're learning basic mechanics of your car is really important in case they have episodes where their car breaks down or their car's making a certain noise, or even if they have a flat tire on the side of the road.
I think a lot of students who didn't get their first car in high school get it in college, especially if they're commuting to campus. This is so important, especially for young students, because it gives them the tools and the tricks that they need to operate their own vehicle, whether it's owned by themselves or one that they're using, and it's going to help them become more independent and learn independent life skills that they need to be an adult. I know a lot of people, friends and colleagues of mine, who have owned their first car and they're not really sure how to use it. I think campus safety is also a big priority, and if people know how to take care of their cars, they're going to be safer drivers on campus. That's going to lead to them being safer car owners as well.
The workshop was fun and safe, as well as creating an environment to young students where they can learn the basics of vehicle maintenance. This is Brett Nguia from Spinnaker News.
The workshop gave students a chance to learn how to fix their car in any circumstance.
Coming up, we see Adam Levine and Donald Trump.
And is Kodak Black on Jeopardy? We'll be looking at this and more after the break.
You're watching Nest News on Spinnaker TV.
10, 9, 8,
7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let me tell you a little bit about the STEM. My name's Lee Gia. My friends and I have done some amazing things on this show. Like flying through hurricanes, or driving Teslas, or swimming with manatees, or even floating in zero gravity. We film these things and bring them here, to the world's next great science and space show. That's where the STEM comes in. We go on adventures as an excuse to learn something. The universe is a pretty big place. There's a lot to learn. A lot that's interesting to learn. Over the next year or so, we'll be riding in the centrifuge, farm in the heart of New York City, fly a spaceship, fly President Harry Truman's Air Force One, launch some rockets, catch some rockets.
Nice!
Shoot video at the speed of light. Our world and universe are there, waiting to be explored. The question is, what are you waiting for?
Kodak Black, Jeopardy, Trump, and Bahati. These are the topics we'll be discussing today.
Here's this week's Pop Culture Rundown. Adam Levine has just announced in a big way that he's back in the real estate business.
That's right, Levine and wife Bahati Prinsloo have just announced that they've listed their gorgeous estate in Beverly Hills and are looking to make some big cash.
What was a price of $35.5 million when the couple first purchased the house is now selling at a hard price of $47.5 million. It was heard that the couple put $7 million into the remodeling of this house.
As of now, no celebrities are lined up yet.
A Las Vegas pro gambler is setting new records on the game show Jeopardy in just 10 days.
Contestant James Holzhauer has been breaking one record after another, including becoming the second-place all-time winning champion next to Ken Jennings. He currently holds the top 4 records for highest winnings in a single game, breaking his own record last week at around $131,000.
Part of the reason Holzhauer is so successful is due to his risky wagers on daily doubles and starting from the bottom of the board. He also makes it a point to bet numbers that hold a value to him, that, like the day he married his wife and his daughter's birthday. His current earnings on the show total almost $700,000.
Wow, that is a lot of money.
Yeah, especially to
I wish I was him.
to make it a game show.
Right.
Kodak Black mysteriously canceled his show last night, and now we know why.
Fans were not happy when word got out that Kodak apparently went ghost when he was supposed to perform at the House of Blues in Boston Wednesday night.
Now we know he didn't go ghost like Danny Phantom, and he was actually arrested on weapons and drug charges when he was trying to enter the U.S. at the Canada border.
Law enforcement described one of the weapons looking like an AK-style handgun holding 30 rounds. Kodak Black has since been released on a $20,000 bond. Wow, that's some serious weapons he was holding.
Yeah, try to take across the border.
Yeah. Following the press conference of the Mueller report yesterday, President Donald Trump released a pinned tweet inspired by the show Game of Thrones, but HBO wasn't too happy about it.
The image release showed President Trump mimicking a Game of Thrones ad with the text "No collusion, no obstruction." For the haters and the radical left Democrats, game over.
HBO responded, "Though we can understand the enthusiasm for Game of Thrones now that the final season has arrived, we would still prefer our intellectual property not be used for political purposes. Although this is the third time the president has created a Game of Thrones HBO meme, they have yet to take any legal action." Coming up, Drew McDonald tells us all the latest in sports.
And Tyler Prom gives us this week's weather forecast.
You're watching Nest News on Spinnaker TV.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let me tell you a little bit about the STEM. My name's Lee Gia. My friends and I have done some amazing things on this show. Like flying through hurricanes, or driving Teslas, or swimming with manatees, or even floating in zero gravity. We film these things and bring them here, to the world's next great science and space show. That's where the STEM comes in. We go on adventures as an excuse to learn something. The universe is a pretty big place. There's a lot to learn. A lot that's interesting to learn. Over the next year or so, we'll be riding in the centrifuge. Farm in the heart of New York City. Fly a spaceship. Fly President Harry Truman's Air Force One. Launch some rockets. Catch some rockets.
Nice!
Shoot video at the speed of light. Our world and universe are there, waiting to be explored. The question is, what are you waiting for?
Wow, our sports teams were recognized for all their achievements this week.
That's right. They even had a ceremony for the occasion. Here's Drew McDonald with more information for us.
Miss Karen Louise, wow, the last sports update this semester. Focusing vitamin C's hit graduation, but I'm here for myself, nay, the people, for a sports update. Starting this week, we have the Aussies, the awards for student athletes, the awarded for their achievements on and off the court. Here's a recap by yours truly on the Aussies.
The second annual Aussies Awards was held at Robinson Theater to honor UNF student athletes' achievements on and off the court. Let's check out the winners.
The 2018 and 19 recipient of the ASUN Winner in Life Award and the recipient of the SAC Osprey Spirit Award is Manny Velasquez.
Spirit Award winner Manny Velasquez sustained many severe injuries after being hit and dragged 15 feet by a trailer in February of 2017. Despite having to stay in the hospital and rehab for over a month, Velasquez was determined to finish his studies and eventually run again.
When I was in the hospital, the doctor asked me when I wanted to be transported back to South Florida where I lived, and I told him that I wanted to go back to school, to Jacksonville, to finish my semester. He thought I was crazy, but with the support of everyone, the school, athletic department, the ASUN, I was able to finish, and now I'm running 5Ks every other weekend, and I'm so thankful for it.
UNF softball outfielder Jamaica Kakuza won 2 awards, including Female Athlete of the Year and Most Improved Female Athlete.
It's just unbelievable. I never thought that I would stand up here my last year, and it's all to my team, because every single day when I just wanted to give up and not come back in the spring, they just always pump me up, and wow, what a crap. I just love you guys so much, and I definitely wouldn't have came back if it wasn't for you guys, and you guys make it worth it every day. So thanks for Jeff and Marcy and the training staff for getting me through a hard fall in order to get here. Honestly, I could not have prepared for what I did this year. I love you guys so much. This is the best time of my life, and I'm going to look back, and I don't think it'll ever get better than this. Thank you, UNF, and have a good day.
The UNF student athletes had a good time supporting their teammates and reflecting the 2018-2019 season. I'm Trey Donald, Spinnaker News.
The UNF baseball team earned a 5-3 road win over USF. The squad was fueled by Ryan Jean's 6 shutout innings of relief and Blake Maribel's 3 RBI night. The Ospreys face UNA on a road trip this weekend in hopes of climbing up the conference standings. Both the UNF beach volleyball and tennis teams are competing this weekend for the ASUN Championship, so best of luck to the two in pursuit of taking the trophy. That is your final sports update this sports semester. Make sure to follow at Spinnaker Sports for all UNF sports updates, and follow yours truly at RunDMC_912. I do, guys.
I can't wait for next week. Finals will be out of the way, and finally I can enjoy a day on the beach.
You got that right, Louise. Hey, Tyler, is it looking like beach weather for us?
It's a hot one today, Ospreys. Today we're looking at a high of 83 and a low of 54. Rain is expected to come along with some killer humidity at 70%. The weekend is looking cooler with sunny weather ahead. Saturday we have a high of 73 and a low of 52. We then see Sunday getting a tad bit warmer with a high of 78 and a low of 54. Bringing it finals week, we're looking at warm temperatures once again. Monday is a high of 81 and a low of 58. Tuesday we're looking at a high of 82 and a low of 62. Wrapping up to Wednesday, we have a high of 84 and a low of 65. I'm Tyler Prom, and this has been your Nest News Weather Report. See you next fall, Ospreys.
Thanks, Tyler. Well, that's all we have for you today.
Thanks for joining us this week, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, both at UNF Spinnaker.
And while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter at unfspinnaker.com.
This is our last show of the semester, so make sure to stay tuned for our next show in August.
Thank you, Ospreys, for a great semester, and good luck in all your finals.
Have a great summer, and we'll see you next time, Ospreys.
We'll be right back.